Welcome back to another TMT Agent Spotlight of the Week. Today we have the amazing Braden Holland.
Braden.
It's actually Brady Holland. It's not Braden, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to be like official, but Brady, what's your middle name?
Jacob.
Brady Jacob Holland.
Yep.
The third?
No.
No. Damn it.
First.
Just the first. He's an original.
I am for now.
But anyways, Brady Jacob Holland is joining us.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who have never listened to one of our podcasts before, the reason I wanted to start this one is to shed some light on my amazing team members that, you know, maybe don't always get recognized for everything that they're doing. And Brady, the reason that you're on this today is at the time when we looked into what you were up to during a 10-day span.
Yep.
Just recently, you had set 5 different appointments.
Yes, sir.
You had conducted 4 additional appointments.
Yep.
This is all in 10 days. And you had got 4 offers accepted in that 10-day span.
Yes, sir.
So first off, let me see if I can hit the right button. Should be an applause. Nope. Well, that works too. Nope, not that one. Where is it? There we go. An applause.
Third time's the charm, baby.
You know, it's pretty incredible, to be honest. 10 days, 4 offers accepted. Like that's a good run.
Dude, it was a run and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those of you listening who haven't ever met or heard of Brady Holland, like how long have you been in the industry?
5 months now.
5 months.
It's officially 5 months.
Officially 5 months, and you officially still can't drink.
Yeah.
For 11 more days?
11 days, yeah.
Who's counting? Not me.
We pretty much got the countdown.
We do.
Here in the office at this point.
So for those of you not doing great math, he's under 21.
Yep.
Been in the industry for less than half a year.
Correct.
And just had a run where he put 4 deals together in 10 days.
Yes.
Pretty amazing, man. Congratulations, first off.
Hey, man, couldn't do it without you.
I will say, and as everybody will kind of pick up on as we talk more, like I'm not surprised in the least bit at all, because you are consistently somebody that is doing the right things to make that happen. And it just is so nice to see it coming together for you. But now, as you're experiencing, when you get deals under contract, there's also more that comes along with that. It's not just sunshine and rainbows, but
it's really not.
But you know, it's amazing that it's working out. You bet on yourself, and we can get into that. But you bet on yourself, and I know it's going to pay off. So
yeah, man, I appreciate it.
So with that being said, let's get into some fun questions for Braden Jacob Holland III. The first one I want to just do is have you kind of introduce yourself to people who haven't had the chance to meet you or get to know you, and talk about maybe, obviously we know how long you've been in the industry, but talk about just a little bit of your history, what you did before real estate, and your family. Shout out to Brady's mom, who's incredible, and dad. The dad, your dad's
shout
awesome
out Carla, too. Shout out Jeremy.
Yep.
Can't beat him.
But talk about your family, what you like to do for fun.
Yeah, so my name is Brady Holland. As Tyler said, I'm 20-year-old just real estate agent out here selling houses.
That's out here just slanging homes.
Slanging homes. But before I was slanging homes, I was a collegiate golfer. Played a lot of golf. Kind of played golf since I was about 2. Played competitively.
So like 3 years ago?
4. No, I've played competitively since I was like 8 years old. Started traveling around the country when I was about 12 for golf, and kind of just did that a lot. Did a lot of travel by myself. I think I've actually flown in a plane by myself more times than I've flown with like my parents or like a friend or something. Just because. When
did that start? I'm sorry.
I think I flew to California, Monterey Peninsula. Had my first tournament when I was 13 out there. Wow. Yeah.
Did you get your little wings? Did they give you the wings?
They didn't.
What?
No, I know. I was with my dad, though. That was a really fun trip.
Yeah.
This was the first time I was ever to California. We landed, we got in the rental car, and we played Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
Driving up through the mountains in San Jose, it was pretty sweet. Just a memory I'll always have. But
do you know what that song's about?
No, I'll be honest, but it's a banger. So.
It's a banger. Just don't look into it. It's just better if it's
like Pumped Up Kicks. Have you heard that song?
Yes.
It's a good song.
It's another one that you just don't really look into what it's about.
But yeah, no, like played a lot of golf all over. I mean, I've played in California, Montana, Arizona, Florida, both Carolina, Georgia.
And all with a minus 30 handicap. It's crazy.
No, but I mean, I've played pretty much every state in the Midwest.
Yeah. Where's your
Well,
favorite golf course of all time that you've played?
Oh my gosh, dude. I love Pinehurst number 2 in California.
Okay.
It's, I mean, just the history there. It's so rich and just that whole community in Pinehurst is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like we should take like a boys golf trip there, man.
I'm down.
Yeah. It's,
You say when, baby. We going.
we do, we should. 'Cause it's beautiful. You got the pine trees everywhere and you go into like downtown Pinehurst and it's like all white and it's like super old and there's so many good little like dive Irish bars.
Yeah.
We went to this one and this this waitress, she was, I mean, I was probably 16 at the time when I went. And she was probably in her 20s, but she was a smoke show, man. Like, and she came by and I'm like, hey, can I get your number? And she just like laughed and kind of was like, ha ha ha, and walked away. And she left and I was with my dad, my swing coach, my caddy. And I was like, hey, she didn't say no.
She didn't say no.
They just bursted out laughing because it was so funny. But yeah, no.
And if you can summarize Brady in one kind of like
phrase.
scene, it's that.
Yeah.
He shoots his shot, man. And that's like what this business is about. You know, you get told no way more times than yes in this industry. And if you're not afraid to ask out a person who's way out of your league, you're not going to be afraid to reach out to clients.
Hold up. Out of my league.
Well, at that time, just from age alone. But, you know, yeah, no one's out of your league, buddy.
Maybe you.
Well, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
It's close.
See how the rest of this day goes.
But yeah, no, beforehand, went to college, dropped out of college, and decided to just jump into real estate.
Yeah, and that's when I met Brady. You
Yeah.
had basically just dropped out.
No.
Or you were considering it. You were like right there.
Well, we had our meeting. I left, got in my car, called my coach, and was like, hey, man, thinking about doing real estate. And he just started being like, dude, that's the worst decision ever. Like, I can't believe you're doing that. I'm like, he's like, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're never going anywhere in this career. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in like 4 hours, empty out my apartment, and dropping out.
So I was the one that made you quit officially?
Yeah, man. Because after
boy.
our interview, I was like, damn, I got to do this.
It's even more pressure now.
Right?
I knew that you were considering it, but I guess I didn't realize it was right after that.
Yeah, no, I went home, grabbed my mom's truck, and drove to Winona that day and emptied out my apartment and dropped off everything I had.
Yeah, and how many you interviewed with?
Dude, I have no
Like,
clue.
take a realistic shot at a
Realistic, probably like 25.
Okay,
companies.
that's a lot.
It is.
I interviewed with one when I first joined.
But it was your dad.
Right, but still, you think just out of like pure, like just I gotta know.
Yeah.
But no, and then since I was at that company, I didn't interview with anybody else until EXP, essentially. So kudos to you for at least trying to figure out the right fit for you. But I mean, you had a lot of people telling you you're not going to sell any houses right away, maybe one or two, stuff like that, right?
No, I kind of want to go back to those people and be like, yo, 6 and 5 months. So
Boom. Suck it.
But, yeah, no, it's...
But what did I say?
EXP helped you out a lot, man. You're my first EXP agent I talked to. And it's, I mean, everything we got here is...
But I remember telling you, like, you'll sell 15 to 20.
Yeah.
And you were, and I remember you being like, you're
No
like the
one's
first
told me
person
that.
to say that.
Yeah.
Most people are telling me like a couple, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and I also like interviewed a lot of commercial agents because I was thinking about going the commercial
that's right.
route too. But they're like, you should go back to college and then come. And I'm like, fuck college. Man.
Yeah, I know.
So, here
Well,
we are. I think
I think
dude, I am happy.
I think you definitely made the right choice,
Yeah, I'm
and
happy.
just continue doing what you're doing, and you'll never have to worry about any of that stuff ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm pumped.
I mean, I think on the team, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty positive you have to drive the furthest to come to the office.
Yeah, I think so.
And you are in here, I'd say probably the most from everybody. There might be maybe one other person that's similar, but like, you know, that's commitment that shows that you're not going to
I'd say
fail.
Jordan's in here a
Yeah,
lot.
that was the only other person I was thinking.
Yeah. Corey's here as well a lot.
But I mean, they have to drive 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to drive
45.
45.
Well, no, Anoka's road construction's back, so
Yeah.
that's brutal.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you're showing up and good things are happening. So.
Yeah, no, that is true. So,
and that may be part of the next answer to this next question, but I wanted you to be able to talk about this. So I wrote, with a handful of units closed or pending since getting in the industry less than 5 months ago, talk about what habits, routines, people in your life you owe your early success to, what makes you so great, or what makes you great, and what advice do you have for others in the industry you're considering?
Man.
So start with like habits,
Yeah.
people,
I mean,
routines.
some of my habits that I can think of right now is just starting like my Monday market updates, right? Every Monday I've posted a Monday market update. And nobody really listens to the stats,
Right.
which is totally fine. The first like 5 seconds I try to do something funny and just get engagement and just people
Like
that.
slide through my legs while I'm stretching in the hallway.
Exactly. Stuff like that, just to make people giggle and then be like, oh yeah, that guy's in real estate. But then just staying super active on social media, liking other people's posts, commenting on people's posts, posting to my story, just being top of mind.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've learned that from you. So I mean, obviously you're...
Because how many people did you have on social media when you first joined the
I
team?
had like 1,000 followers on Instagram.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, I had like 10 friends.
So I hired Brady, and I went to go find him on like social media, and I found his Instagram, which was horrible, dude. It was like 6 photos, all golf. He looked 12 years old. I'm like,
I am like...
You were, yeah. And I'm like, all right.
Well, okay. I also like cleaned up my Instagram.
I know, you told me. That was
Like,
I was going to get to that.
I had a lot of stuff from college that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, he cleaned up his Instagram, but like I'm, for those of you that follow me, like I'm big on social. It's a very important piece of our business, and like to hire somebody that was minimal on Instagram and then had I couldn't find him on Facebook. I was like,
I mean,
okay. I was like, he seems pretty awesome though. I think he's teachable. And like literally that day that we took a photo together, and I said, I'm going to make an announcement post letting everybody know that you joined. Literally that day, he reactivated his Facebook, started commenting, and started adding friends left and right, and hasn't looked back since. And like that's what it takes right there. When somebody gives you advice, you just do it.
I remember going on my Facebook, and it was actually still like I used to sell pottery. So I used to make pottery and sell it on like Etsy, and me and my ex-girlfriend had like a Facebook, and that was the Facebook that is now the real estate Facebook. So
yep, but it's just that's one of so many different things I can point to. That's like, okay, Brady's gonna be able to do whatever he wants in this life, and that's because he just doesn't mess around. Like you give him some advice, he's not going to act like he knows better. He's not going to act like I'll get to that later. He does it now, and he does it really well.
Yeah.
So I think anybody that's listening, that's going to be one big thing to pick up on. Like if you ever join a team, if you're ever asking for advice, like take the advice and actually do it.
Actually take the advice.
Like
people ask for advice, but they're like,
most people don't want it,
or they're just like, well, that's not right. And it's
or they'll try it once, right?
Yep.
If you think about if you would have posted one Monday market update video,
dude, I've been slacking though.
Well, I know, but
they've been Tuesday market updates.
I know.
The last 2 days.
That's okay. You're doing it though. But my point is, eventually, you're gonna have people reach out to you that are gonna say, "Hey, I've been following you on Instagram forever and love what you're doing with the updates. I'm ready to sell or I'm ready to buy."
Let's look at tomorrow. We have a meeting with an agent.
Yep, we're meeting an agent that's probably going to join the team, and he's been following. When I talked to him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm following Brady on Instagram," and I'm like, "Brady, that guy sucks." No, I didn't say that. I was just like, "Well, yeah, he's a badass. Like, I mean, you're following a great person to learn from, which is crazy to say 6 months or less in the industry, and you have lots of things that you could help a ton of agents with already."
Yeah. I feel blessed because I am so grateful to be here and not at some of these other places where these agents are struggling and not figuring out what to do already.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the things that agents are told to do or not do at other brokerages that are just like, okay, what's your plan then?
Yeah.
You know, but okay, so
but another habit is my morning and nightly routine, not even related to real estate whatsoever. First alarm goes off at 4:53. Second alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Those 7 minutes of sleep, unreal.
Were you the one that showed me that you have like 25 alarms?
No, I only have
that
two.
was someone else. Okay,
4:53 and 5 a.m.
Yep.
Make my bed, meditate, gym, get back to my house at like 6:45. Get ready, shower, whatever. Make some breakfast, if I can. Otherwise, I'm coming to the office like right away.
Yep.
But that's like every morning I do that, and then at night I've really been trying to focus on like a nighttime routine, like wash my just the hygiene shit, all of that, and then like journaling before I go to bed, which has been really helpful. For
so you have a diary?
Yeah, honestly,
is it locked?
It's not. You know what I use? I use the to-do lists.
Yeah.
And then I just rip them up and put them in my little pile.
So do you look at my face every night before you go to sleep?
I do.
Yes.
Well, it's not only that.
Yeah, I know. Let's keep it PG-13 on this one. Yeah. Well, that's nice to know that I'm right there with you.
That is my routine.
What do you journal about?
It depends. Sometimes I just recoup my day. What did I do today? And just write it out. Sometimes it's, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's other stuff like what was really on your mind that really brought you back today? What was making you upset or sad? My grandma's kidneys are failing. That I've journaled about that. Just hey, life moves on. Be happy with where I'm at, my health, and I wish her health and different things like that. Other times it's, I've journaled about my ex-girlfriends, just the situations and wish I didn't do some certain things, and people may know what I did, people may not know what I did. It's the past and I can't change that, so I just move on from it. And just writing it out helps me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, writing it out or talking it out, that's where you really can learn from those things and come to terms with things too.
Yeah, and I really want to start reading more, actual books, because every time I read a book, I listen to it in the car. Yeah. I got a long drive here, so I listen to books. Yep. I want to start reading just because it's better for you. Not that listening books is bad, but...
I mean, I don't read shit, and I turned out okay. But think about how much better I could be if I was a reader.
Right? I struggle reading, but Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Atomic Habits, those books are great. You read 10 pages a night before you go to bed. It's easy, right? What's that, 10 minutes maybe? Maybe 15 for me.
Yeah, for me, I'll read 5 pages and pass out probably is what would happen.
That is also the problem. I mean, I get up at 5. I'm gassed when I go to bed.
You're wiped.
Yeah. But I'm living every day to the fullest, so.
Yep. What about, if you had to sum it up into what you think when you look back 5 years from now and you're selling 50, 60 houses a year.
For sure.
You got a couple rental properties, you got a nice house, you're probably, in a serious relationship, you're, who knows where you're at with a family, but everything is going great, right?
Yep.
What do you think is the one thing that you feel is going to make you get there? What makes you great enough to be able to achieve that?
The thing that I think about even today is that I was so thankful that I was a golfer. I would go to the course when I was 12 years old. I would rollerblade about 1.5 miles to the golf course. My clubs were at the course. I'd just bring a backpack, and I'd get there at about 8 a.m. and I'd leave about 7 p.m. And it was just putting in work, putting in hard work, and just training my brain that hard work is what you need to be successful.
Well, and probably seeing improvement, right? You put in the work, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, I shaved a few more strokes off my game. And
oh, shit, I just won another tournament.
Yeah.
It's super nice to feel that and have that. And it was so beneficial to just have that mentally trained into my head that hard work matters and it beats talent.
And things aren't easy either.
They're not.
You know what I mean? Golf especially will teach you this ain't easy.
But I just think that being hard work, seeing my dad being one of the hardest workers I know, he's always up. He gets up about 5:30 now, so he's been slacking. But He's still out, and
It's like 3 hours earlier than me, though, so you got that going for you.
But like I'll get back from the gym, and he's working away, and
Yeah.
he's a super hard worker, and it's super nice to see that with my own eyes. And I'm just a competitive motherfucker. First one here, first one that, or first one to leave type of vibes.
First one here, last one to leave.
Yeah,
Not the first one to leave.
I don't even know what I said. Yeah.
First one here, first one to leave. So you like walk in and then you leave immediately.
Yeah, no. First one here, last one to leave.
You keep trying to beat me.
It's the Kobe mentality.
Yeah.
Really. And
Mamba.
I'm
gonna start calling you Little Mamba.
Little Mamba.
Okay, so with all that, obviously I think people can take a lot away from that, but like what's one piece of advice you can give to somebody who's either thinking about getting into real estate or needing a kick in the butt? Like, what would you tell them?
God, that's a good one right there. Something I would tell someone that's just getting to the real estate business, and I've talked to people that are getting into it, and I'm like...
For me, I would, like, and you can kind of stem off this if you want, like, it's not easy. We've talked about this already. Like, so, like... knowing it's not easy and knowing that 95% of people fail in the first 5 years in this industry, and I think it's like 85% fail in the first like 2 years or something. Like knowing that, like 9 out of 10 people aren't going to make it. Okay. So if you get in the industry and you look around and you're not working harder than everyone else in the room, you're one of the 9, right? Like that's just reality.
That is a fact.
And so for me, whenever like we're adding people to the team and stuff, I mean, I'm sitting there telling them like, this requires a lot of effort. This isn't going to be like, hey, join the team and you just have success. Like that's not what happens.
No.
So for me, it's always like stressing like how hard you do have to work to then get to a point where you can be in charge of your own schedule and you can take days off and you can travel and you can do that stuff. But it doesn't just happen, you know? So I don't know if that is part of it, but
I mean, what I would say is that you are getting into an industry that you have to work hard. You have to be available at all times. If you're not ready to commit everything to your business, rethink it, because it's going to be a hard kick. Like you are going to realize really quick that, wow, why are they texting me at 8 p.m.? Why did this go wrong? How do I fix this? How does this happen? Why is this happening? Like,
and guess what? If you have another job, if you're part-time,
no.
Like, and this is why I tell everybody, because they're like, well, I could start part-time. I'm like, technically, yes, you could start part-time, but as soon as you start to get busy and like anything goes wrong or you are busier than you've ever been and you are like need to be there for people, like you're done. It's game over. And then they always say, well, I'll just quit my other job. And I'm like, I hear you, but you're never going to get to that point until you quit your job because you're never going to give it your all.
You have to give it your all. And that's one thing I told my parents when I was getting into the industry was that, hey, I'm dropping out of college. I'm doing all of this. Like, I'm not going to do this lightly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to give it everything I got. And if I fail, I want to know that I gave it everything I got.
Well, you're not going to fail, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yes, sir.
My next question we were kind of already talked about, but...
People. Let me shout out some people.
Oh, yeah.
I want to shout out
to
Blake Geyer.
Balake Gouye.
He's been my mentor, and he's been a huge help. I wouldn't be here without him.
Absolutely.
He's been huge. Shout out to you, Tyler. I wouldn't be here, wouldn't be on this team, obviously, but like you've been super helpful. Shout out to Kayla. She's always been there. Always got my back for everything. So it's those people I really appreciate a lot. And the whole team, the whole Fast Forward movement, really.
Yeah.
It's very beneficial to be surrounded by people that want to see you be successful.
Yeah. Well, I can speak for all of us when I say, please stop calling us with all of your questions.
You're welcome.
I'm just kidding. We are more than happy to always help you, buddy, and we're very proud of you.
Thanks, man.
And I love helping people who will take the advice. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I've had a lot of crazy questions lately, though.
That's okay. You know, you're in one of those situations that you're going to learn a ton from this transaction, and you know, we all get them. Probably one a year. You'll just be like, oh, geez, like what now? You know, it's just the deal. And I'm holding your phone. I know it's on Do Not Disturb, but I haven't seen any crazy things come through.
I hope. That'd be bad.
So the next one I wanted to like just really quick, briefly talk about your golf game. You already did, but let's just really quick. What's your handicap?
Plus 2.7.
Okay, plus 2.7,
Yep.
which is borderline professional.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I probably got to get it to like a plus 4, and then
Okay.
I could probably be pretty.
So if you and I played,
Yes.
because my handicap right now is like minus 30,
Yep.
I would have to win, or I'd have to lose by 35 points, basically,
Yeah.
to have you beat me.
Yeah.
So I get 35 strokes.
So you could shoot like 100,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd still lose.
Mm-hmm.
What's your best?
100.
I'm just fucking.
100 on the nose in Brainerd.
Yeah,
I
I saw
missed
that.
my putt for 99.
I saw that on
I
Parker's
was very,
post.
very upset.
That was a solid post by Parker.
It was a solid post. Shout out to Parker.
Yeah.
He just turned 37 yesterday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
God, is he tall?
God, is he massive. Massive human being.
Whatever.
So that I just want to know that.
Yep.
Handicap is about a 2.5.
Yes, sir.
And then also, what goals do you have with golf? Like if you could sum it up really quickly for all of us.
They have changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
You would have asked me 12 months ago, I'd have been like, oh, I'll probably turn pro in five years from
Mm-hmm.
now and give it my all. That's one thing about me is like I hate being shitty at something. So when I go do something, I'm going to give it my all.
Mm-hmm.
I went bowling like 2 days ago and I bowled like a 95 and I'm like, no.
Never again.
No. And I went yesterday and I bowled like a 165 and a 168.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's better. But no, I just give it my all. So my goals for golf have changed so much that I don't even think about it. Right.
Okay. So
be
it's just not really on the docket right now.
It is because I just signed up for like 4 tournaments today.
Okay.
But
Like qualifying type tournaments?
yeah, U.S. Open qualifier, the Players qualifier, State
Wow.
Am, State Open.
So now if you play in that,
Yes.
if you win, you're in the Players.
Not the Players, not the big one.
Not the big one.
It's like the Minnesota match play tournament. It's like the dull match plays right now for the professionals. 64 players, match play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bracket.
How do you get into the big ones?
You got to win like the State Open here, the State Ams.
And are you in those?
Yeah, well, I'm qualifying to get into those, and then
So you're
you gotta
qualifying to
win that.
play in that.
Yep.
And then if you win that,
Yeah.
then you're in,
Kind of.
basically.
Not even yet. There's like the U.S. Open qualifier. If I qualify here, it's at TPC. You got to get me out there before May 1st, by the way. U.S. Open qualifier. If I get there, then I go to like Columbus to play in another qualifier, and then if I get through that one, then I'm in the U.S. Open, and that's with Tiger and all those big names.
What's your odds to get there, you think?
Probably like 1 in a million.
Really? It's that difficult?
It's man, I gotta go probably shoot 64 at TPC to get through the first one. And then I gotta go shoot, it's a 36 holes, the second qualifier was, so probably like a 132, 130 for two rounds, 18 holes.
That's what I get in one round.
Yeah. I gotta do what
Could
you're doing.
Could I get in? Because I shot a 130.
But yeah, then if you do that, then I gotta get a Tyler Miller bag.
Dude, I'll be there. I'll be there to sponsor you, buddy.
It's in LA, so
And I'll be there too. I have to. It's team leader responsibility.
you
That's
have
a
to be.
write-off.
Yeah, it's gotta be sponsorships.
Yep. All right. Last couple questions.
Yes, sir.
What would you summarize as your biggest struggle so far? Because obviously we're talking about all your success. Awesome at golf, great person, incredibly good looking. We didn't talk about that, but I can see it every day. Super funny, great guy, but obviously we all have
Still
struggles.
can't get a girl.
Still can't get a girl. It's
Still can't get a
impossible.
girl.
Any ladies watching,
Yeah.
Brady Holland the third is
He's open for business.
he's available. Yeah. So I mean, get him before he's a superstar.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But anyways, what would you summarize as your biggest struggle so far?
My biggest struggle, and I've told you this actually.
Mm-hmm.
I got my first deal accepted like 10-ish days into getting my license,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Told you, don't let me get my head too big."
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest. Like,
Do you still think that's a struggle?
one of my biggest fears, and just in life with anything I do. I don't want ever to be that cocky douchebag.
But you won't, because it's on your mind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But if I take it off my mind, still worry that it might happen.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want that to happen. I never want to be that cocky douchebag.
Well, so that hasn't happened yet, but what could you point to that is happening? Whether it's something with mindset, something with when you're talking to clients, like what is it for you that you would like throw out there as your biggest struggle? Is it consistently following up? Is it, what is it?
I would say probably sticking on like one person at a time, where I'm like,
you're talking about in your personal life, or
no. Yes, but no. It's
I actually have that on there. I don't know what button it is.
There you go.
There we go. You mean your personal life?
No, but just like I focus on one person for too long sometimes. I'll be going through our CRM and I'll see someone and I'll just start looking for houses. And next thing I know, I looked at 200 houses for this one person. And I'm like, I just wasted 20 minutes on one person when I have 30 other people I should be calling.
Well, it's because you care, right?
I do. I love my clients and I want them to get a good deal and I want them to be in a house that they love. And
so my wife has been helping out with some follow-ups for our team.
Yeah.
She does the same thing, and like she'll spend all this time with this client and coming up with this amazing email with all these really helpful things. And I told her early on, like, I'm like, honestly, you should try that, because like it's not very common that realtors will do stuff like that, because it just takes a lot of time. But more than likely, they're not going to respond.
Yep.
And it's not going to be really worth it. But honestly, like, she's seen lots of traction from going the extra mile, where like us as busy realtors don't always have that time.
Yeah.
So like, I bet it will pay off for you, but it can feel like a struggle, because you're like, well, I only got through 20 follow-ups when I should have done 50 or 100, so, but I hear you.
Yeah.
It's just time management, not getting too far down the rabbit hole, knowing when to stop.
Another thing I've been struggling with lately is just having so much going on, like trying to just calm fires down and like solve problems right now, that I'm getting away from what I actually need to be doing in my business, and I'm just focusing on these 4 pending files I have that I'm just making sure that are going okay, and make sure everything is going to close, when I should be spending an hour on that a day, and then 2 hours on chime follow-up, lender meetings, business partner meetings.
That's the hardest part of this industry, man. That's why almost every realtor, including myself, will be up and down on their production, because you get busy and then it becomes there's problems that you have to solve, right? So then it eats into your actual job, which is finding the next lead.
For sure. So that's one thing I've been struggling with lately, I would say. And I think after April 3rd, my birthday, like that week, I have 3 files closing, and I feel like I'll be able to really
free up.
Yeah.
Well, not every file will be as time consuming as the current one you have. But no, that's a big struggle that I think a lot of realtors out there can relate to. And it's just, I would just say, lean more on the team.
And I have been big time.
So,
and I appreciate the team. Anna's
a
stellar.
badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an upgrade. Okay. And then another question I wrote was, because I love hearing about myself, what's your favorite part about being on the Tyler Miller team?
I hate it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm actually leaving the team.
Here it is, publicly.
Bye, guys. We're shutting her down. If Brady leaves, I leave.
No, it's the support that I have, and knowing that I can be myself. I don't have to be this like stuck up business person every day. Like, I come here. I came in here on Monday with like sweats and a sweatshirt and a stocking cap, I want to say.
I almost fired you. Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
No, I didn't, because I was probably... I think I was
joggers
here.
On.
I think I was here. I didn't have joggers on, but I was definitely wearing like a hoodie. Pretty positive.
But it's just like to just be laid back on a Monday when I just know it's like I have 75 emails from last night, like of fixing things in these files right now, and it's been nice.
So the vibe
is so nice in the office. I really love it, and it's the support that I feel behind me. I know that no matter what, I will have someone going to bat for me.
You can accomplish anything.
You can.
There's nothing that's standing in your way when you're on this team. That's for damn sure.
It's not a one-man show. It's a 16-man show when you work with us, and it's been huge. One thing that's been super beneficial is being younger, and people are like, well, you don't know what you're doing. You haven't sold any homes. And I'm like, well, actually, now I can say, well, actually, I've sold 6 in 5 months.
Yep.
My first 5 months. So people love that. But then just also being able to say, well, actually, you're not just working with me. You're working with me. You're working with Tyler Miller. You're working with Blake Geyer. You're working with this whole team. And here they all are. We're the number 1 team in Blaine.
Yeah.
Top 25 in the Twin Cities.
Yep.
And that's just a fact. So when I can say that, it's...
The credibility of joining a team that does business is really helpful early on.
It is. It is.
It's so hard because, like, I mean, it's the biggest financial move a client or a person's going to make usually. And they're like, gosh, can I really count on this 20-year-old that, like, hasn't sold any houses? But and it's a valid question.
It is. And I can't be upset for them asking those.
But to be able to, like, oh, no, I got you because it's not just me.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, we'll figure shit out.
Yep.
And I always say, like, if you don't have a question, if you ask me a question I don't know, I can call my mentor. If he doesn't know, we can call Tyler. If Tyler doesn't know, we can go to the NSA and ask some of the top agents in this state. If anyone there doesn't know, we can ask, like, the top 1,000 agents in the country.
Yep.
Or in the world. Because that's
there's not
worldwide.
a question we can't answer.
And if they don't know that question...
It's a dumb question.
It's a dumb question,
That's
right?
what I would say. Or it's a non-issue. Like,
so it's like showing people that, like, you're working with me, but you're working with, like, 2,000 other people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agree. That's a very, I mean, I thought you'd say seeing me every day, but.
Well, you said keep it PG-13.
That's true. We don't want to get it too hot and heavy. But no, I agree. I think just the vibe is something that I strive for, you know, and I tend to think that the vibe starts at the top. And so I try to always just tell everybody, like, hey, you know, come here and be yourself. And like, that's what we want. That's what everybody wants. Nobody wants to work with a stuffy real estate salesperson, right?
It's in a suit every single day.
Yeah.
I probably wear a suit once a week, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Open houses, I'll wear a suit.
Yeah. And that's nothing wrong with that. You can always dress down. You know, but you can never dress up. I don't go to open houses in like a hoodie and stuff like that.
No.
You got to make a good first impression, but I don't expect you in a 3-piece suit like I used to wear back in the day.
I don't have a 3-piece, but I'm pretty laid back suit.
Yeah.
I got to cut the hair though soon.
Yes, you do.
Unfortunately.
Do we want to just show everybody really quick on camera the hair?
The thing is, all the ladies are going to be so upset.
I just want
I ask them like weekly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Should I cut it now? And they're like, no,
I want it.
Especially this one girl in Ohio, my surgeon friend. Shout out Alyssa.
All right, Brady is really quick because we're also filming this. He's showing. Oh, the mane is flowing. Hold on, I have because they can't see it. I have to describe what I'm seeing. So it's feathery. It is. I mean, if you were standing behind him and he's whipping his head back and forth, you might get slapped with just heaven. Just feathered heaven.
Feathered heaven.
It's pretty incredible. It's a good flow.
It's okay. I have a lot of colics in the front of my head, and it really just.
I have one on the back. It's the
grinds
worst.
my gears.
Grinds my gears.
Grinds my gears.
All right.
How do we say it? Fireside chat.
Chat. Welcome to another episode of the Fireside Chat. Yeah, Brady does his own podcast, by the way. What are your podcast names?
Fireside Chats. They're all start with Fireside Chat, and then Triple B, Brady's Business Buddies, Brady Bunch Shoots the Shit, and OG Leaders, which we should get an OG Leaders one's going soon.
I would be what's considered an OG leader.
You, Blake, and Mikey.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Arvell.
But yeah, Brady does a lot of content, so check him out.
If you want to do content with me, let's do it.
Yeah, we're always up for doing podcasts. So if anybody's listening to this, you have a small business you want to, talk about, or just
any cool stories. Yeah. On my podcast, especially, like I love talking about just wild stories.
Yeah, I want to. On my docket is like doing like a White Claw Chronicles.
That'd be pretty sweet. Did you see Jake Latrell's origin stories? Where people like what they came up with or came from, like their childhood. It's pretty cool.
Did you do that one?
I did. So we did one and the audio didn't work. So we did another one and that was all over the place. And we're actually doing one tomorrow morning.
Nice.
So I might be a little late for our investor guy.
Okay, well, get her when you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're fired. Anyways, well, I guess you just don't get any investor offers. That's fine. Or investor
I'll
clients.
be here.
Last question. So,
Yeah.
looking ahead to 2023, it is currently almost April. It is in the middle of the early stages of the spring market right now. Business is booming for Brady, Holland, the third. That is totally your name. And what are you like most pumped for when you look at the rest of this year?
Man, one thing I'm pumped for is the conversation we had earlier this week. That might have been Monday, maybe Tuesday. I don't know what day it was.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, okay, if you stop prospecting today, stop doing open houses, how many deals do you think you're going to have?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, 9 or 10. And you're like, that's pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to stop. So
Obviously not.
Why are you going to not sell 20 this year? And I'm like, fuck, you're right. So that's what I'm super pumped for.
But that's all that hard work, right? And that's like I usually keep a running kind of tally of kind of just where I think I'm at that moment. And like I just always kind of remind myself on the days that kind of suck and maybe you didn't make any progress, I can look at that list and be like, all right, so if I like literally just like stayed in bed the rest of the year,
yeah,
these people are already going to kind of work with me. I'm going to reach out to them when the time comes. We're going to see houses. We're going to list their house, whatever.
Yep.
So here's the money and the transactions I have already. If I did nothing else the rest of the year. And it just is a good reminder of like all the hard work. So it's not a bad thing to keep that on your desk, on your phone, just sitting in front of you of like kind of the expected sales.
Yeah.
Because now you know, like, hey, and
isn't it on the other side of that whiteboard?
yeah. It needs to be updated, but yes, it's there. But like after 5 months of doing work, here's all the stuff I can show for it, which I bet half of that 5 months was spent shadowing, training. Like you really weren't in your routine yet. So let's call it 3 months and you already have 10.
Yeah.
That means that if you just don't change a thing in your business ever again, that means you'll probably end up with like 30 transactions a year just from your routines. And that's not including referrals, past clients, all that stuff.
And that's, I really want to focus on that big time.
But it's going to take a few years, right? It's going to take, because you got to get that base.
50 past clients before you can really.
Basically, I mean, if you get to 100 past sales, like you could probably live off of that. And if you just treat them right and you go after referrals and stuff like that, where like right now you're in that grind mode. So, but my point is like, you have to be able to see like what you've accomplished that hasn't closed yet. That's fine. They haven't closed yet, or that you haven't even got them an offer accepted yet. It's sitting there from all of your actions that you've taken. And if you just do that every 3 months, every 3 months, you're gonna make $150,000 minimum a year. Yeah. Just from your efforts you're doing now, which is only going to get better. You're going to get more efficient. You're going to get,
just be more educated.
And that's where it just starts to snowball. Yep. But you just can never stop. Yep. And that's where people fail. They'll have success and they just like stop. That was fun. I did a lot of work. I owe it to myself now to go on vacation, which is like famous last words for everybody. Yeah. I've been grinding so hard. I need to go on vacation. And then they go on vacation and then they come back and they're still on vacation for like 2 freaking months, just kind of like floating around. Yeah. Because they think doing a closing is their job. It's not. It's not. If you're not grinding like you have been.
Guy. If I was a title guy, that would be my job.
Right. Going to the closing is like fun for the client. For me, I'm like, shit, I'm out of business. Yeah. Like
it's payday too, though. So
it's payday, but I'm out of business. Yeah. Can I retire from that one check? Nope. Depends on the price of the house. Nothing in Minnesota, I can tell you, would make me retire from one sale. But like, people think I've made it.
Depends what kind of life you want to live.
Yep. And I choose
not the homeless life.
Not the homeless life. I choose the one where I can call the shots. Yeah. But
shots, April 3rd?
Shots. Speaking of shots, yeah, April 3rd. It's going to be a fun Monday morning for you. Or Sunday.
What morning?
The night after we go out.
The 4th?
I think it's aren't we going to do like a Saturday out?
We might have to because I have a closing on the 4th and a closing.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah.
Your first
All my
closing.
clients know, though, it's my 21st, so they're all pretty like... My one client's like, we moved it up to the 4th. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, isn't that like the day after your 21st? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you going to be there? And I'm like, I'll be
physically, mentally.
Jordan said he'd carry me.
Yeah.
So
we can both. Ooh, I can wheel you in on a wheelchair. You just have
with an IV of water.
It'll be like a weekend at Bernie's thing. Like you're passed out.
Some sunglasses.
In a robe with sunglasses, just laying there.
Here's my gift.
Yeah.
Here's my closing gift for you.
I'll lift your arm to shake hands for you. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
That would be funny.
But anyways, with that being said, that's all I got for you today. Anybody that's still listening after 45 minutes, I really appreciate you and your support. Just know that if you're looking for an amazing realtor to help you with any of your real estate needs, including buying, selling, and investing,
reach out to Tyler.
Reach out to me, not Brady. No, I'm just kidding. Brady Holland is the man.
Yeah.
Somebody that, if I could pick how I'd want any person to conduct themselves when they first start, it would be exactly like Brady. He's going to be a superstar, and
Gonna make me tear up over here.
I have no doubt that if you reach out to him, you will be well taken care of. So, I think of Brady as kind of like, like my son on this team. He's does a great job with everything, conducts himself very well. So, very proud of him, and I know that you're going to continue to crush it, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for everything you do for the team, to set the tone for all of our clients, to represent our brand.
TMT.
Awesome job. Any last words you want to say?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Brady_Holland_Realtor. There's some good content out there. Same on TikTok, Brady Holland on Facebook. We have a really good time.
Mm-hmm. And he has a couple podcasts on like all your podcast networks.
Fireside Chat. Just search Fireside Chat Brady Holland. You can search it up on Google and you'll find me.
GTS. Google that shit, as we like to say.
Shit.
Well, again, thank you guys for watching or listening. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll catch you on the next TMT Agent Spotlight. Bye.